What's going on? Welcome to another edition of Conversations with Kerry Too Smooth. So I do this just so you get a chance to like ask me questions without me having to teach a lesson. I know like this is more of a chance for us to have a one-on-one connection. So I want to make sure that you guys get a chance to connect with who I am as a person. And like I say, for the most part every Saturday. Like I definitely want to hear a roll call. And then even to additionally add to the roll call, I want to ask, has anyone signed up for Kerry's Camp? If so, let me know. If you sign up for Kerry's Camp, let me know. And also let me know what you think about Kerry's Camp. Or if you're considering it, or if you tried the 7-day free trial, let me know what you thought about it, because I want to hear your feedback. So doing this on Saturday, and I definitely want, like I said, roll call. I want to know where you're from. Secondly, I want to know, have you signed up for Kerry's Camp? And then thirdly, if you haven't signed up, if you tried the 7-day free trial, I want to know what's up. All right, we got South Africa in the house. That's what's up. VA in the house. Blessings. I'm looking forward to every Saturday. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yep, I joined Kerry's Camp, and it has become a useful and helpful. That's what's up, yo. Definitely welcome, and glad you're in part of the camp. So that's what's up. Cheers from Holland. That's what's up. That's what's up. Who else we got in the house? We got Oakland, Kentucky. That's what's up. Who else we got in the house? I know we got some more people in there. I see at least 18 and climbing. What's up, Kerry? Connecticut. That's what's up. That's what's up. So as I said before, like if those who have joined Kerry's Camp that are here on YouTube, let me know. Give me a little shout out so I know that you've tried it out. Or those that have tried the 7-day free trial, let me know if you tried it out and what you think about it, because I definitely love your feedback. Kerry's Camp is the best. I'm learning from there from 5 months ago. That's what's up. From Argentina, that's what's up. Just joined. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Definitely. I definitely want to know, like, like what you love about the camp, because I'm always trying to make it better. It's not one of these things where I did it and I just let it sit. So we're always adding different things. We're trying to make it better because I want to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck, that you're getting what you need to get in order to excel as a guitar player, to really have those freedoms. Like even this morning before I even did this live, I was just jamming out, and just like it's that simple joy of just being able to play the way that you want to play. So I want to make sure that the lessons are giving you what you need. And one of the things I really love about Kerry's Camp, like even today, we're doing Kerry's Corner. And if you're not familiar with that in Kerry's Camp, for those people that haven't joined yet, what I do is I try to have a conversation with some of the industry's best. I try to talk to different guitarists. So this week we're going to have Sean Hinton. If you guys are not familiar with Sean Hinton, like you should go like definitely on YouTube. You should put in Mary J. Blige's band, like Clowning Around. He's on guitar. He plays for Mary J. Blige. He's played for Jill Scott for a long time. He's played for John Legend, Lil Wayne, and a host of others. He's got his own band called Shotgun. So if you're a camper already on here, and like just know that today we were having this Kerry's Corner with Sean Hinton. It's about to be crazy because it's somebody that I look up to, somebody that has helped me out in this game, in this industry. He's like even helped me out with my tone. So I'm really looking forward to that. I would like to work more on progressions and expanding my chord library. So Franco, like if you haven't already joined Kerry's Camp, like I have a whole video chord library in there that shows you different voicings, different inversions that'll help you get better with putting your chord vocabulary together. That'll really help you expand so that way you can play the way that you want to play. That's what it's all about, is giving you the tools to equip you with so you can be excellent. Greetings from B-More. That's what's up. ATL here, yeah. Renewed to the camp 2 years, loving it. That's what up. Hey, yo, James, man, listen, we love having you being a part of the camp. That's what it's all about. It's a community. For those that don't know about Kerry's Camp, it's a community. So I really would love for as many people to be a part of the community, because that's what it's about. It's about family. Even some of the guitarists that I'm bringing on for Kerry's Corner today, it's about community. I got connected with a lot of guitarists years ago that I'm still able to keep and maintain those relationships. So that's why it's important to have something like Kerrys Camp, a community where once COVID lifts and you start touring or you start playing out anywhere, you happen to be in somebody's city, you can hit them up and be like, yo, I'm in your city. How do I do da 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 da? It's just about connection. So that's really cool. Yeah, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. So conversations with me, like you can ask me any questions, music related or whatever, about guitar, about gear, about, you know what I'm saying, like what kind of chords to do. We can do stuff like that. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, do that. And also, like, we're doing a giveaway now. I'm announcing the giveaways, the winners on Thursday and Friday. So you still got time. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and already subscribe, and then make sure you leave at least 3 comments how the lessons have helped you. That's what it's all about. I partnered with Seymour Duncan, and I'm really excited about my partnership with them. So we're doing a special giveaway. So I don't want you guys to miss out on the opportunity to win some of this gear. All right. Oh, yeah, my stream did cut out last time. It says, do you think practicing scales faster than the actual possible for your playing them will actually help? So what I say, like, it's not about speed per se. It's about the quality and the clarity of the note. So you can set a metronome and practice working on like the speed, but it's about working on the actual delivery of the note. So don't get so caught up in like trying to blaze through it and then like it sounds like, for lack of a better word, it sounds like trash because you're just like, you're just trying to blaze through. We don't understand what you're trying to articulate with the notes. I'd rather you slow and steady, steady and smooth. That's really what I'd rather you do. All right, it says, what amp do you use? I really like your tone. So the amp that I normally use is a Quilter. It's the mini reverb. I have the head and I have 2 cabinets, like it's 2 12s. So that's what I use. That's my normal setup. Hey, Kerry, someone told me that recording through the amp sounds good. What different between recording through an amp and an interface? So you have to have a good mic when you record through amps. That's the only thing. And then like, depending on your amp, you may get some kind of hissing versus like when you go through an interface, you don't have to necessarily worry about that. You can buy or download different amp prefaces to use on your interfaces if you want. I like to go direct. I don't like to mic my amp unless I'm doing like in a bigger studio and that's what they want to do. I'd rather go direct when I'm recording. Have you ever played a PRS SE? If so, what do you think about it? So I was just doing a review on the PRS SE, the Hollow Body 2 Piezo, and I actually like the guitar. The guitar plays really well. PRS has done a lot of work and a lot of attention to detail to ensure that their quality of their equipment is really good. So hands down, I would tell anybody if you're in the market of looking for a guitar that is at a price point that is like, I think reasonable, because the actual Hollow Body 2, that's not the SE model, is like $6,000. This one is like, what I think I've seen like what, maybe 15, 12, depending on, you know, where you go look at it. You can find it is at a reasonable price point and it sounds great. I'm doing a review, so that video should be up shortly, talking about that guitar. All right, do you remember what it was like being on the stage where you were struggling to improvise? And do you have any advice about how to get on that stage? It says, absolutely love your videos. All right, so when I was struggling in the beginning, like when I was on stage and trying to improvise, my ear wasn't very strong. And so what I had to start to do was I really started working on that, like learning how to solo. So I'll just play a lot of random songs and start to learn how to solo on those records. And not just solo for the sake of like soloing, but soloing so I knew what the lyrics were, because it made it easier for me. It's kind of like a roadmap to kind of show me what to do. And even when I was on stage, I started practicing like in front of a mirror so I could see what my stage presence was like, how I would move. And I practiced the way that I intended to play on stage. So I won't be in practice, I won't be sitting down the whole time. I used to stand up, vibe, I used to rock, just as, you know, like the way that I would do on stage, so the way it wouldn't be like second nature. I wouldn't be trying to like figure it out once I got on stage. I just wanted to make everything as comfortable as possible for myself. Do you ever use the FR cabinets or use amps? I don't know what the FR cabinets are. It just depends on the situation. So like for backline, I normally will request two Mesa Boogie Long Stars, or two Fender DeVilles. In my home setup, I have two cabinets. So like I have the Bad Cat situation, and then I also have my Quilter amps that I use, and I have a couple of custom amps that I have there for decor that I don't even really play anymore. I used to use my Zucker amp specifically, strictly for like recording sessions, but it buzzes really crazy, so I don't really use it out anymore. But I like the Quilter because it gives me like a tube vibe, but in a solid state. And once you get to a place in your career, you don't like carrying a whole bunch of crazy amounts of weight. So that's why I like this solid state amp, because it's super light, it's easy and it's convenient, and I can just play it up anywhere. Australia in the house, it says, we're in lockdown here, and your programs are the only thing that are getting me through. Man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Have you ever played the PRS 2020 Modern Eagle? No, I haven't played that particular model, Reggie. I haven't played that one. May I ask you how to join Kerrys Camp? So if you want to join Kerry's Camp, all you need to do, if you're 18 years or younger, you definitely want to ask your parents first. But if you're older than 18, all you have to do is go to KerrysCamp.com and sign up. That's it. It's really it. And you can try it out for 7 days, man. Like we're not asking you for any information. We're not asking you for like your credit card. We're not making you pay for nothing. You just try it out for 7 days and see if it's a good fit for you. And then if it's a good fit for you, then you buy into the community. Says, did you ever experience any wrist pain on your fret hand at any point? Yeah, the reason why I was experiencing wrist pain was because I had my strap too low. I had my guitar hanging too low because I was trying to be one of those cool guys and trying to make those chords that I was bending super weird, and it was hurting my wrist. And once I like heightened the my guitar with the strap, I tried to tighten it up a little bit, I stopped experiencing wrist pain. So that might be the issue. Hey, Kerry, thank you for what you're doing. It says, I've been working on the Usher You Remind Me lesson. How do I make the riff sound less choppy? Loop it. You want to keep looping that lick, and you want to slow it down. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. You want to keep working it. So like just put it in small pieces until you get it to flow from one section to the next section of the riff until you have the riff down. Keep doing that. That's going to make it easier for yourself so that way you're able to play it less choppy. Southern Illinois is in the house. That's what's up. What's the most awe-inspiring guitar part or solo you can remember discovering? It just depends, man. Like honestly, there's a lot of cool stuff that's out there. So I won't say that what's the most. I mean, I'm inspired by like a lot of cool like situations. I think one thing that really inspired me for real was Derek Trucks, the way that he solos with the slide. It's like when you talk about making a guitar cry and you can actually hear, or like LaChaz Holloway, I think that's how you say his name, and how like he can make the guitar cry. Some of the stuff that he's doing, like yo, there's a lot of different things out there and feel and kind of textures that guitar players can do. So yeah, I'm inspired by a lot of that cool stuff. How do you practice hammer-ons on your chords, man? I am straggling, man. You're best, by the way. So if you want to practice your hammer-ons, it's one of those things that you have to slow it down. Slow it down and focus it on what string you want to do your hammer-on on. And it's not about speed. I need people to relax on the speed situation and get the actual technique of what you're doing. Once you get the technique, you can speed it up. But if your technique is horrible, then it doesn't matter how fast you do it. Work on your technique, develop your technique, and then it'll sound a whole lot better. I used to play too much. It hurt my wrist. If pain says stop. It says, if in pain, stop for the day. I got you. Kerry, who are some of your favorite guitarists of all time? FYI, you are one of my favorites. I appreciate that, Kent. Some of my favorite guitarists of all time, that's a crazy list. Let's just do this. I like Eric Walls, Mark Lettieri, Chris Payton, Agape Jerry, Jairus Mosey, Kevin Wilson, Spanky Alford. Did I say Sean Hinton? LaChaz Holloway, Mateus, BB King, Art Mendez. I like Seth. I think his last name is Rosenberg. Andy Wood, Derek Trucks. Now I'm sure I'm probably like missing some names, but hopefully that's enough. Who influenced me to pick up the guitar? There was this guy back in this church when I was growing up as a kid in North Carolina. His name was Elder McLaughlin. He was the guy who inspired me. I was like 6 years old and I was watching this dude on stage. I feel like I'm telling this story like how David Chappelle was talking about when the first time he met Prince. And like you saw his aura. I literally saw like this orange aura around this guy playing guitar. And I was like, yo, I definitely want to do this. So I've got pictures of me when I was 6 years old, like with my little toy guitar. And every time that I would play church with my siblings or my cousins, I always had to be the guitar player. And it just stuck. It's just something that just stuck with me. Do you play acoustic much? Do you have any advice for acoustic R&B? I play acoustic damn near every day. If you're struggling with playing acoustic on acoustic guitar, I'm telling you, you should definitely sign up for my course. I have a whole course that's designated to show people how to play R&B on an acoustic guitar. I personally prefer playing an acoustic guitar when it's just me and the singer, because the way that you can kind of articulate with this instrument is just like, it's phenomenal. Like it's just, you are the main person sitting in the seat. It's almost like a keyboard player playing behind an artist. That's how I feel with an acoustic guitar. I feel like that fluid on it, and I get to do a lot of great, cool acoustic gigs because of that. So yeah, I've got a whole course that's set up on showing you how to play R&B on an acoustic guitar. Hey, Kerry, I'm trying to hear some excellent gospel style guitar. What should I listen to? It just depends on what kind of gospel. Like you can listen to quartet music. Quartet has a whole bunch of stuff in there. Fred Hammond stuff back in the day had some excellent guitar stuff in there. I'm sure like stuff like Ricky Dillard or either what's another good, Donald Lawrence. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's out there. It depends on like how traditional you want the gospel to be. If you want it to be more CCM, I mean, I'm sure there's stuff out there. What do you think are some of the qualities of a guitarist that would keep them around in the music industry? Dependability, knowing the material, like really knowing the stuff, looking the part, and having good relationships. You got to be a great people person. You can't get these gigs or have these kind of like calls in the industry if you're a horrible person, if you're not reliable. I just started working with like this new production company, production group yesterday. And one of the first thing they said to me when they called me, they were like, yo, I mean, we had been working for a while with, like maybe a couple days before we like had a formal introduction. And so they called me yesterday and they said, man, you know what? The one thing that we love about you is you don't take all day to send the stuff back. In the industry, people like take all day sometimes to send you the stuff. Like they may ask a guitar player like, yo, I need this record done ASAP. And 5 days later, the guy may send the stuff in. I'm one of those guys. I'm going to hop up on my stuff and get my stuff ready, get it. And then it's like great quality. It's not like I'm sending in crappy work. So dependability is one of the biggest things, and you got to look the part. You got to definitely look the part, because if you don't look the part, they can't fix that. And then you have to have good people skills. That's another way to maintain and stay around in the industry. You a cold piece. I appreciate it. Do you like blues? What is it? Blue scales? Blue scales are cool, man. All scales are cool. You just have to find the gold that's in there. That's just like you sticking your hand in the ground, and you got to be able to dig around and find the kind of the nuggets that you're looking for. So all scales are cool. They all possess something that'll help you like sound the way that you want to sound. Says, what do you think? No, we answered about the quality of scissors. Let's go back and read some more. Are you from North Carolina? Yes, I was originally born in Fayetteville, so I'm a military brat. I was there till I was like 7, and then my dad got stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington. I was there for a couple of years, and then we moved. My dad retired, and we moved to Birmingham, Alabama. So I claim Birmingham because that's where I went to middle school and high school at. and I did college in Birmingham. Like I didn't, so like I have roots and ties to like North Carolina. Like I mean, most of my family from my mom's side, like a lot of my aunts and cousins still live there. So like I still, in a sense, claim favor. But I can't tell you like what areas in Spring Lake and you go to this, you go to that. So I mean, I can't, so it's not like I know it like I know Birmingham. You know what I mean? What up, Chino Hills? Hey, Kerry, I joined Kerrys Camp, the 7-day trial. It says my buddy also has an actual account, and he is opted in. It says, will I get access to that he once had? So what I would tell you is, let me see who this person is. I want to make sure I'm getting the right person. Sorry, my thing went out. So musicians empowerment, what I would tell you to do is I would tell you to email support@kerrytoosmooth.com with that question. I have a team that's standing by that will help assist you in whatever your questions is about joining Kerrys Camp. You got my chords coming to life. That's what's up, John. That's what it's all about. Thank you for the thoughtful answers. It says, do you have a favorite Jimi Hendrix song? Voodoo Child was really cool. Man, I'm really, it's Red House Over Yonder was really cool. I think it's Pretty Wings was cool. Man, I'm really drawing a brain fart on my Jimi Hendrix stuff. I mean, he was just innovative. That's one thing I love about Jimmy. Like he set the tone for a lot of guitars that are like really how to definitely emulate his sound. Have you ever played for a superstar gospel singer? If so, who? I mean, I played for Tori Kelly when she was doing her gospel album. I think that's cool. I've worked with Kirk Franklin. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I've done stuff with him. So outside of that, I can't remember anybody. I did a lot of gospel choirs. I did a lot of recordings for different colleges, but I can't remember if anybody outside of that. And then when I was at the worship center, we had a lot of like famous gospel artists come through, and we were the house band. So I would say, yeah. I mean, I even got a chance to work with T.D. Jakes. I got a chance. I think it was Marvin Sapp. Who else came to the church? We had a lot of different artists that come to the church. We had to be the house band. So, what is the secret to your pinky work? Consistency. It's really taking it by the numbers, slowing it down, and really working at it. The more you can slow it down, the more the clear and concise that you can do it, then you can start to add speed to it. That's the trick. That's the key. Yeah, I think speed does naturally come over time because you start to know exactly what you're doing. Working with the metronome will definitely help you. I tell people all the time, when you're learning how to play something, slow it down. Keep a metronome in order to you get it to the desired speeds. Like you can start speeding it up slowly but surely. But don't be so fixated on speed and then you can't play it cleanly. So like speed isn't everything. So I need people to understand that speed is not everything, you know? Hi from Holland. That's what's up. You got to play with Eric Bellinger, Ty Dolla Sign, and more. I've worked with Ty Dolla Sign. If you go look up, I did Jimmy Fallon with Ty Dolla Sign, 2 Chainz, and Trey Songz. So yeah, I've worked with him. All right, you mentioned looking the part early in the terms of the industry. What does that mean? So looking the part means is when you got to go to a gig and an audition or whatever, you have to have the swag of what it is for the artist and the musician. Like, so I'll tell you this, when I first went to LA over 7 years ago, and I went to an audition, and my swag from Alabama is completely different than my swag that I had when I was in LA. So I used to wear like bow ties and fitteds, and I thought I was fly. I thought it was fresh. I was one of the coldest guitarists in there. I had like this sweater vest on. And that's like more like, that was for the Southern swag. That wasn't the LA swag. LA swag was you got to have the leather jackets. You got to have like the joggers on, some dope sneakers. either a fresh cut, a fresh hat, whatever it was. That's what I'm talking about by looking the part. Like you have to look like you belong on stage, like you're supposed to be doing the gig, and not like you're supposed to be cutting grass or just in the audience. That's the difference. You got to start looking the part in that particular way. When did you start playing guitar? I started really playing guitar when I was 11. Yeah, if you want to see any of the performances that I have, like literally, like I've had performances with Kiana Lede, with Vivo live sessions. I tell people all the time, that's probably one of my favorite performances because that was a dope stage. I would say look that up. If you want to type in, I think it's called Two Chains on Jimmy Kimball with the Trap Choir. You'll see me playing guitar. If you want to also go and look up, I mean, I've done Tiny Desk with Lettucey. If you go look up Tori Kelly's like all her gospel stuff, I'm playing guitar on all of her gospel stuff. I've even done James Corden with her. What else have I done? I did Good Morning America with Lettucey with Jason Derulo. I've done a lot of cool stuff. John, you were saying who? Like I don't know who what. Oh, add them to your playlist on your page. I'll do that. I got a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of stuff. Like I don't. I'll talk to it and I'll start adding that stuff on like a playlist on my page so you guys can see that kind of stuff. All right, Don, listen, I'm gonna hold you to that. Don Ortiz, like, listen, you talking about if any of them hit, you gonna send me the split sheet. Like, yo, send me the split sheets, bro, because we trying to get this bag, bro. We trying to get this bag. John, I don't know some of the artists that you've played with live. Tori Kelly, I've done all of her gospel stuff. So if you look on YouTube and you see some of her gospel stuff, I'm the one that's playing. If you go on and you look at Kiana Lede, Vivo Live series, you'll see me on guitar. She's got like 4 or 5 songs. If you go on and you look up Lettucey Tiny Desk performance, you'll see me on acoustic guitar. What else? Who else? I've done a lot of different performances and I play with a lot of big people. It says, how do you incorporate any model elements in playing? It says, not the whole scale, just nuance of it. So it's all about phrasing. Phrasing is how you develop like the different nuances of not just playing the scale. Like usually what I do is it's like I'm grocery shopping, right? So you don't go buy everything from the grocery store. I may pick out like a note here from this section and a note here from that section, and I put them together in order to form the phrases that I want to say with the instrument. So I make it have its own unique voice. That's what I'll do. Let me go on and see some more questions before we sign out. What are some of the ways you distinguish an intermediate player from an advanced guitarist? That's a good question. It's knowledge of the fretboard. It's knowledge of what you can do. It's not about just how you know it up here, but can you play it? If you can't play it, you can know 50 million things until you're in the, you know what I'm saying, to the next level, all this other kind of stuff. But if you can't play it, it doesn't do you any good. You should just definitely coach, right? So how you can distinguish yourself from being an advanced player is what you're able to, your knowledge of the guitar and what you can actually play consistently. This is how do you play in a stage where you have the saxophone and the trumpet together and other instruments. All right, so what you have to do is you have to pick out parts. That's when you start talking to the horn sections. Like you can't be doing lead lines. You got to do, and if you are doing rhythmic lines, you can't be playing the same kind of lines. Or if you are playing the same kind of lines, you want to harmonize. That's what it's all about when you're playing with the horn section. You have to be very mindful about what you're playing. You just can't play for the sake of playing. You got to know exactly what you're playing. That's what's going to make the difference for you. Hey, Kerry, do you incorporate any jazz chords in your playing? Is it purely R&B? If you listen to what I'm doing, you'll see that I've incorporated jazz chords into my playing. That's what makes my stuff so unique in the sound and the way that I play. What are some of the first steps in becoming a session/studio musician? Gear, you got to have the gear and the equipment to be able to do the session. 2, you got to build the relationships. People got to see that you can actually play with a metronome, because if you can't play with a metronome, it doesn't matter because your timing will be horrible. So build relationships, know your gear, be able to play with a metronome, and always be in tune. I've seen some guys, I've got some calls to do sessions because other people weren't in tune. So if you're not in tune or have a tuner, like, that's a huge problem. All right, I'm gonna take one more question and I'm gonna have to get ready to get up out of here. What's up? What's up? Give me a good one. Give me a good one. What was your experience with production? It says, I know we've discussed talking about beats on Instagram. So when it comes to production, usually what I try to do is you have to paint the picture for the artist. That's the biggest thing for when it comes to production. You are painting the picture to help them bring whatever they want to bring to life. So it's really important by understanding, like really listening to what they're saying and not trying to push your agenda on what they want. You can make suggestions, but it's just really important about understanding, like helping them to paint their picture. All right, W Smalls, it says, in a church setting, it says, do you use extended chords or is it an inversion city? Honestly, you let your ears show you, because some keyboard players are way more advanced than some. So you have to really listen to what's going on. You have to play what's comparable. Know the song, but play what's comparable to whatever you're hearing in the room. All right, I'm gonna take one more and then we're gonna call it a day. What gear do you recommend for an advanced guitarist? It just depends on your budget. That's when it comes to gear, it depends on your budget. If you don't have the budget to buy like high-end guitars, then that doesn't make you an advanced guitar player. Or if you don't buy the right kind of pedals, that doesn't make you an advanced guitar player. I know plenty of people who are at the beginner, intermediate phases who have some of the top-notch gear because they have the budget for it. So. Are the tube amp versus modded amp for practice and performance? For me, I'm a tone junkie, so I like certain tube amps for live performances. And from a rehearsal setting, I don't think it really matters unless that's what you want to buy. You just buy what you feel like you want to buy. But the kind of amp preference doesn't really matter in like a rehearsal setting. Can you tell someone's level of guitar by the way they handle and hold their guitar? Yeah. And not only just that, but just the way they play. I can hear them play and be like, okay, I can assess from what I'm hearing them play, how they articulate what they're doing, like their knowledge of their instrument. I can tell by that. So for you guys that have not subscribed to my channel and have left comments, I'm picking a winner Thursday and Friday. So go ahead now and subscribe, leave comments, because I partner with Seymour Duncan, and so I'm doing a giveaway. So I will announce the winner on Thursday and Friday. So you still got time to make that happen. Also, if you have not checked out Kerrys Camp, I highly suggest that you go check it out. It's KerrysCamp.com. Check it out. If you can go back through the comments and see what other people have said, like they definitely love being members and trying out Kerrys Camp. So it's awesome. Also, if you're one of these acoustic players and you're really trying to figure out how to play R&B, we have an acoustic course. I am an acoustic guitarist. I play acoustic guitar. Like I'm talking about, like, you know, some people just like have a guitar and they kind of play. Like, no, I play an acoustic guitar. Like I play R&B on an acoustic guitar. That's exactly what I do. So I want to make sure that you have the tools in order to be successful. So check that out. And let's get back, link back up next Saturday. Let's do this again. All right, y'all have a good one. Love, peace, and hair.